This is ranked, and the most controversial one, I believe, we're about to discuss is 6 islands, and we're gonna rank them in terms of who produces the best soca. So we have Antigua, we have Trinidad, we have Grenada, we have St. Lucia, we have Barbados. Remind me of the last one?
St. Vincent.
And we have St. Vincent. My apologies to the Vinci people, but it's a lot to take in. I don't know, man. Let me just say first
before
and
the video
foremost.
before the video just cut just like that. You must have said,
No, let me say first and foremost, but it's like
things will get heated in here.
I'm quite new into the soca community. As I said, I'm a Ghanaian, so my answers will be very biased. So forgive me to our viewers who are listening if you don't feel like I gave your island some good representation or good input into the discussion. But there we go.
We might have to go back in the history books for this one.
Yeah, let's go.
Like we might have to go back to 1970 for this one.
This is going to be a hot topic.
Yeah, we might have to go back to 1970 for this one.
Going to be a
we might have to mention names like Lord Shorty. Yeah. The father of soca, Nyla Blackman, grandfather. We might have to go far back. So
grandfather times.
Exactly, as a tread. Tread carefully.
No, I'm treading very carefully because this is a topic that, again, we're not trying to cause any division amongst each other. It's just a friendly discussion to say who produces the best soca. You can be passionate but not disrespectful. Bear that in mind. But yeah, let's go.
So me, I'm starting first. Where we started?
Any of us can start first.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Definitely number one, all bias aside, Trinidad and Tobago.
Why? Why is that? A simple question. Why is Trinidad?
The land of soca, the land of oil and music, the land of the father of soca. Yeah, simple. And obviously the best soca does come from Trinidad anyway.
So like, not to sound silly, but will documentation prove that soca started in Trinidad?
Wow.
No, I'm just asking the question.
Wow.
He's not.
Remember I said
definitely.
Okay.
When you go back to the history of soca and you see how soca was created, soca is a fusion of calypso, jamoon, and it's chutney.
Yeah, chutney.
Yeah, and you know he mixed them together. And we get the power. Power that is.
You know what?
soca.
Because I am going to stir the pot here. Let's go from the bottom and come to.
No,
the top.
I want to start with my top one.
Okay, good.
I like to start from the top.
I will agree with your list in the sense of I feel from the soca that I've listened to, I feel like there's Trinidadian artists overpower I feel the other islands in terms of music.
I like how you recognize that the list is just stopped there. I said Trinidad and the list was my list. I love that.
No, I agree.
I absolutely love that.
That's my reasoning for saying That's my reasoning for saying number one. That's my reason for saying number one.
Yeah.
You know
my number one is going to be different. So carry on.
Yeah. No, let's see your number one before we carry on.
No, carry on to the whole. Give me your entire list, and then I will.
I think you should hand back your passport.
No, I think you should carry on.
I think you should hand back your birth certificate.
Carry on. So Trinidad's number one.
Right.
Your birth certificate getting revoked on Republic Day. Your birth certificate getting revoked.
Carry on, baby.
Wow. All right. So my number one being Trinidad and Tobago. Number two, St. Lucia. The Denry's segment. Hey,
Jump to St. Lucia.
Ricky T, come and bring back out the whole.
You put St. Lucia on top of Barbados.
Listen to me.
Oh man, I need to take a drink for that. Listen.
The Lucian, they're cooking up a little something there with the Denry segment. Yeah, St. Lucia is second for me.
St. Lucia's definitely gonna come up.
Third for me would be Grenada. Definitely Grenada.
Alright.
Yeah? The jab music. That's the you see how much energy they're bringing in these soccas, soca they're coming with lately? That's 3. So number 4 for me, I would say St. Vincent. Skinny, fabulous, and problem child. Simple. 5 for me would be Barbados.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it. Barbados.
Wow. You need police escort to go home, girl.
And then number 6 will be Antigua. Oh wait, well hold on. Antigua had swinging in gin. Burning flames.
Yeah, but them flames out.
They're not out.
Them flames
out. I still remember the swinging in gin.
Them flames out since look how long.
No, but still, that's why I want to swap Antigua with Barbados, but
woo-hoo. So Barbados lost. Wow.
You know what? You still have time to switch up your list. So yeah, you still have time.
Okay.
You still have time.
Okay.
Don't feel rushed.
I will leave it as
suicidal labor.
Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Vincent, Barbados, and Antigua. That's my list.
Right.
What makes St. Lucia so big?
The Denry segment.
Denry segment. Okay.
Listen, when I went to St. Lucia, I thought Trinis alone could rel fet. But in St. Lucia, we went from one fet. Then you hear somebody come and say, this so-and-so going on by so-and-so. The whole fet leave there and reach by that. The Juve by Limelight, the whole fet leave there. And this is 6 o'clock in the morning. We're still looking for next fet to go to on the 3rd fet.
Oh wow.
And we still going.
That's the island.
But it's the Soca that.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, but come on, St. Lucia producing some nice soca this year, man. Last year, this year. So what's your list?
Did you give yours? Yeah.
Well, you start with the
Trinis.
You start with the Trinis. So go ahead. You start with the Trinis, so we'll give your list some time. We might have to cut the video after go soon because
I'm gonna be quick with my list. It's a difficult one. Okay. I'll put Trinidad as number 1 as, let's say, producers of soca. For the sole being that that was the island that I first started listening to their soca. Then when I started exploring, I started to enjoy Grenadian soca. So I would place them as number 2nd for me. I'm an adrenaline junkie, so their music suits my persona and charisma and everything. I just love it. Like the mashing up of everything, all sorts, the oil and paint all over you. That's just me. I want to do all of that. But also, that's like sticking to the topic, their music, I believe, for me personally, number 2. The 3rd choice for me is a difficult one. I had to decide between St. Lucia or St. Vincent. Even now, as I'm talking, I'm still deciding. So my speech is a bit slurred because brain can't process things at the same time. But I'm just thinking, I will go with St. Vincent. I feel, for me personally, I feel like they're 3rd on the list, followed by, again, St. Lucia, then Barbados, then Antigua. To my Antiguans, I apologize. I don't know enough of your soca.
Antigua high up on the list. We need to move Antigua further up on the list.
I don't know enough about Antiguan soca to give an honest assessment. So from the few that I might have heard, they'd be like, yes, but I don't feel like, for me personally, to rank it above the others. Like those, the others on the other 5 islands on the list produce very strong soca. So it's very hard to shift that list for me personally in that order. So if any of you like to put me onto new soca, don't feel shy. Put me on. That's my list completed.
Okay, cool.
Just imagine Vagabond. All these songs come from Antigua.
Yeah, those are big tunes. But I think before I give my bombshell of a list here,
actually,
it's important to say that all islands, the music that comes out of the entire Caribbean, it's positive and it's good, and it's important for the fans to know that it's not about segregating.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
definitely not trying
We're not
to.
trying to segregate and say this island better than all that.
Yeah.
It's a unity thing,
Yeah.
and what we're trying to do is create one platform. It's one
Definitely,
music. Soca
definitely.
is one language.
Definitely.
Now, my controversial list here,
Wow.
it is, and I know you would wow. You would wow till next week. Yeah? At the bottom of the list, I would have to put Antigua.
Oh, nobody
Be-
put Antigua.
No,
Why?
Ricardo Drew, his one person, and his songs are big, but when I compare the other
Tian
countries,
Winter. He had
but
some nice songs.
they're not as big as all the other islands, or the artists coming out of the other islands. Antigua, then St. Lucia.
St. Lucia number 5.
No, I'm going from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Antigua at the bottom, St. Lucia, then I would put...
So you wasn't splitting in the middle.
I was splitting in the middle, but then there are other tunes
Okay.
that you know ranked. Boy, you know you're gonna make me sweat here.
Yeah.
So you wasn't whining behind somebody who bend down, and you wasn't whining behind anybody
Bend down,
bend
go
down,
But
bend
it
down.
have
You wasn't whining
other
behind anybody.
songs from other islands that I was equally excited about, or even more excited about. So yeah, split in the middle. It hit my groin a
So
little
you
bit.
was
but
total feeling.
I was very much so. Exactly. So Antigua, St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets real sticky for me.
But
Yes, take a sip.
Yeah, we're both taking a sip.
I'm gonna have to put next on the list Barbados.
okay.
Barbados has the groovy type soca. You know, they're not all about. They do have the
Bashment,
power of
yeah.
stuff and the bashment bit, but they're predominantly known for the groovy bit. So they will take next up the ladder for me.
So cool.
Then, this is where it gets sticky.
Okay.
I am going to put
Wait for it.
I might have to rest on this cup.
St. Vincent next.
Okay, that's number 3.
Skinny and Problem Child. They're massive artists, and they sing and they write.
Yeah.
Can you
And
come and get road march in
that
Trinidad?
is my point. So
Change the whole game.
we're looking at the island that does the best soca music for. So Skinny and Problem Child, they are close following Trinidad. And for me, top of the list would have to be, in terms of best soca music, I'm very much like you. I like the whole adrenaline bit here. I'm going to put Grenada and hold your horses, hold fire. I know what you're going to say. Now, Trinidad,
I didn't know you're psychic too.
Trinidad has the most soca artists. Doesn't necessarily mean it has the best soca tunes. Most might not necessarily be the best. But when I look at what Grenada is doing right now, jab music. If you think of what's the biggest song in the last 5 years? Name the biggest soca tune in the last 5 years.
Family.
Right, and that song has who wrote that song?
Two Trinis and a Vinci.
Who wrote the song?
Skinny Fabulous.
Right, where is he from?
St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Okay, you get my point, right?
Okay.
That song is Marshall, Bungie, Skinny. It was written, produced, and it's a Dominican that arranged the song. Family and the concha rhythm.
Yes, we see the unity and the whole thing there. Yes.
Right, fine. So if you took Skinny off that family tune, would it still have the same effect as it did?
Yes.
You think
We
so?
did?
Marshall alone could carry that. Marshall and Bungie alone. Look,
Nah.
Bosshead. Look, Bosshead.
Nah.
Look when Marshall
Nah.
and Bungie sing Bosshead.
No, I have to.
Look when Marshall and Bungie sing Bosshead.
You see on that comment?
To see two
Nope.
artists from two different spectrums of the soca.
No.
Right?
But you see on
Come
that
together.
comment, there was a time, I'm not sure if it's still ongoing, but there's a time where it was just Marshall and Skinny performing. They left out Bungie's part. And for me, Bungie has the strongest verse on the family rhythm. So going along with Curlin's point,
It's
take out Skinny, I don't feel like that tune carries itself.
It loses
Yeah,
the
it
whole
loses-
flavor
yeah.
here. Marshall is only okay. Bungie he's quality. He's a lyricist. He will deliver any song he sings. He will drop the bomb on it. Marshall, I think he's losing his vibe with a lot.
Whoa. Okay, we could go home now.
No.
We could.
Let him land. The plane is taxiing.
He is
Sorry,
sort of.
I don't unbuckle my seat.
No. Safety light is on.
Marshall, he's a big artist. He done what he did for the industry good. But you take Skinny Fabulous off the rhythm. The guy who wrote to organize the whole thing, is not Trini. So there's a lot of influence. When you speak to other islanders, they will stand up and tell you it's the outside of Trinidad influence that made family what it is. Not Marshall and Bungie. There's a lot of things, other things that went into that song that made family a big tune. So for me, I'm looking at the most underrated Caribbean island when it comes to soca music. Now I'm going to answer the question I asked about the biggest song in the last 5 years. Right, family is up there, but after
Soca
family,
Kingdom.
Mr. Killer, pick up something, anything.
That kind
Trinidad and Tobago police commissioner had to come out on television and say to the public,
Yes.
leave people thing alone
Yes.
because you'll get in trouble.
Yes.
That was
That is a
that
bad
was a
tune.
whole
Yeah.
different
That is a-
vibe.
and this
That
is what
was
I'm
a
saying.
whole different vibe.
Trinidad because we're from Trinidad, it's easy for me to say
Yeah.
Trinidad. Trinidad has it's like the pot for all the artists. So we have loads of artists coming out, that's fine. But not because we're
That's
producing
that's
good, but not because we're producing 100 different artists it means that it's the best. Now when I look at Grenada and the jab music, bad. Mr. Killer's doing Vaughan come with one tune and he tear up that he was like the year before.
You know,
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
Skinny Banton was good.
Skinny,
this year as
oh
well.
my
Skinny
goodness.
Banton was
He's
wicked
then
this
they
year.
refer to him as the horn man also. He's all his tunes about getting horn. And he's another artist that don't get recognized enough. You know, so that's why for me, I'm looking at Trinidad will be Trinidad. They will continue to produce the Marshalls. Well, Marshall get married and get tied on.
Wow.
But Kess, Urfanals, Bungie, Fayan, they will continue doing. We expect them to do that, but you have to look at it's like a race.
New talent coming.
And you when you look back,
make
when you look
everybody
back,
step up the game.
and Trinidad's not realizing, but hang on,
I think that's what happened over the years.
Grenada on my heels now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's not a competition, and we're not trying to say this country better than that, but I think it's bridging the gap, because I went to uni in Grenada, and I remember back in the days with Talpuri.
This is where the
No, it's
come from.
There's no bias. here.
Talpuri. I remember Talpuri entered Soca Monarch, and he came last, and he sung Old Woman Alone. It was a bad tune, but he couldn't make it in Trinidad. He came last. Came back to Grenada, and there's where you have that division, or straight away.
No, but then
Trinidad.
it's that pressure. You see, even though they say Soca Monarch international Soca Monarchs have that pressure to put a Trinidad artist as the top 3. And I think over the years it kind of encouraged Trinidad. It's like it kind of shows us, you know what, we can't get relaxed with this thing. You know, other islands come in there and they pushing out music, good music out there and everything. I don't know,
And plus, Trinidad I think they don't have their own monarch, don't they? They don't have their own.
that is where the international.
No, but I'm saying
Soca Monarch
what I'm
is.
saying is there's an international,
No,
but
but
every
it's
island
in-
has their own.
Yeah, every
apart
island
from
has their
Trinidad.
own.
No, but that's
Soca
what. So
Monarch.
yeah, but Soca
Soca
Monarch
Monarch,
in
yeah.
Trinidad is the international.
But let me ask a
That's
question
one.
here. If you took,
It's like,
but it's international.
No, it is in Trinidad, but
Okay.
they welcome it to other islands to come in.
So
That's
why
why
do they have their own?
No, that
No,
is
that is
ours.
their own.
that is
It
their own.
They
ours.
make it an
But they make it
but
international.
they
Okay.
open
but
it
the
up.
problem I have with that competition is they call it International Soca Monarch. Apart from Mr. Killer, when was the last time an artist outside of Trinidad and Tobago
Do
won?
you know the pressure? A whole crowd in front of you. I remember going to a Soca Monarch, right? And that year was, who was singing? Who sung this thing there? That was Super Blue that year? With, what's that?
With him and
Fantastic
Michelle?
Friday.
Fantastic Friday.
And we're looking at the crowd, and it'd have like a tent over the sound people in the middle of the crowd. It'd have a sound and lighting section. The crowd take the tent off and go in with it.
To where?
Yeah, through the crowd. You just see the tent going, and you see the whole. You understand? So you see the pressure, this crowd. And they're trying to announce everything, and the crowd just saying, super, super. They let nobody talk. Okay. Who else they could put to win? Who else could win? Who could win?
Who came second? Right?
Was Marshall second?
Marshall, he sung Float. Was it Float? He sung Float.
It was Float. This is, we were thinking 2000. This is 2000. Yeah, this is
17 or 18. I think he was Float.
Was Float he sang that?
Yeah, because he came up as Superman and he was like hovering over the crowd.
They're trying to raise up. Yeah.
Super Blue he's an icon in the industry.
No, but that was his first year back from a long break outside the soca.
True.
So it was good banter. So that's what I say is the pressure that day. When you have a whole crowd telling you what they want, you can tell anybody else what you're going to tell them who is number one.
Of course.
Fair enough.
But I don't know if we welcome, as long as the song good. If it's one thing, you'll give Jackie. The song good, you will win. And that's what come and happen over the years. Look, we had more than one international person in the
somebody
1,
from
2,
Barbados
3.
won it.
Yeah.
Biggie Irie won it. He was the other non-Trinidadian artist that won it some years ago. But then going back to my list, it's so number 1 would be Grenada, followed by Trinidad. Yeah. Then St. Vincent, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua.
And remind us of yours again?
Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Vincent, Barbados, Antigua.
And mine, if I can remember, hold on, yes, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Barbados, and Antigua. How did you find that discussion?
It was controversial.
Yeah, it's controversial.
To say the least. It was very controversial. But it's good. At the end of the day, it's our opinions, what we like about soca. Nothing set in stone. Soca, as Colin was saying, soca is unity, togetherness. So we love, soca is a place where all islands come together. That's our universal language, soca. That's how we unite, and it have no division or anything in that. We wine into everything.
100%.
Divisions walking up to everything. We in everything. Yeah.
And again, as usual, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think the top countries to produce soca from the list that we provided, and let us know in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in.